We back. So we're at the base, finally. See who we gotta talk to. Probably everybody. Gonna be all 5 of them. Probably even 6, because we're gonna have to talk to Gaia. And even 7, gotta talk to Beta. We got so many people to talk to, most likely.
Aloy, maybe
Oh, she wants to talk. What do you want? I mean, they all do, but she specifically called me out.
Good to be back. Have you met our new Quen guest yet?
I was gonna say, I don't know,
but she gave
maybe
herself
talk to
a tour
Gaia
of the
first,
base.
but whatever.
Varl gave her a new focus. Though when he told her she was free to access all the data we had here, she turned so pale, I thought she'd faint on the spot. We showed her to the archive room so she could see for herself. She hasn't left the place since.
Sounds like Alba.
I still don't like her.
I also wanted to give you this. For helping with the land gods. Plainsong is in your debt.
Thank you, Zo.
A lot of people are.
You deserve much more for all you've done. May the land always bloom in your steps.
And yours?
Okay, companion.
How are things with everyone?
Slightly quieter. Aaron's been busy scouring data on his newest obsession. Apparently the old ones wrestled machines as some kind of performance. Called it metal versus meat. A must-see battle between steel and flesh, as Aaron likes to put it. You'd think we have enough of that going around as it is.
How's
Read
your
anything
training?
interesting lately?
I found out the old ones use leaf infusions like the Utaru do. Tea, they call it. Apparently it helped soothe them. That and some sort of scented wax they used to cleanse their aura. Plus something called bubble baths. I think I'll stick to singing to calm the nerves.
To each their own.
I assume you've been looking into Demeter now that Gaia's merged with it?
Yes. It's been humbling to know that the seeds I carry in this pouch came in turn from the seeds saved for Demeter in the old world. It gives me hope that the cycle of life will prevail now, just as it did before.
Okay.
How to go with the chorus after we fix the land gods?
I guess we didn't
They
ask
were
this.
shocked when I told them that our lands would soon be on the mend. I thought Fane's eyes would pop out of his head. But of course they had no choice but to take it as good news, even if it meant all their preaching about meekly accepting our doom was exposed as rot. To be honest, I found the conversation to be highly enjoyable.
I'm glad. You deserve it. They're lucky that you never gave up on saving them.
That's it.
I need to get going.
Right. You've retrieved the Omega clearance.
I have.
That means we'll be going after Hephaestus soon.
It does.
I'll make sure my gear's ready.
You should. I want to talk to you first. How's your arm coming along?
Aloy, well met.
Well met.
We've been briefed on our mission, and are ready whenever you wish to head to Cauldron Gemini.
Were you able to finish the new arm Gaia was helping you with?
Well, he's not wearing it,
Indeed.
so
I was hoping we could discuss it, if you have a moment.
that's why I'm here. Okay,
Have
we'll
you
go
spoken
through
with
everything
Alba?
first.
The Quen is peculiar. Nothing like a Tenakth. Her mind is sharp, that much is certain. But it's hard to imagine her surviving in the wilds.
Trust me, she's tougher than she looks.
I will take your word for it.
I don't know about that. She was on fire.
How are your studies going?
Yeah, but she did
I
survive while
wanted to
being
learn
on fire.
more about the world of the Old Ones.
And?
I looked up this pharaoh Gaia said you went looking for, and learned about the plague of machines he unleashed. To think that the ancient world was wiped out by a mistake. A single miscalculation. There is no glory or honor in such a fate. Only hubris and pointless death.
That about sums it up.
That about.
You wanted to talk about your arm?
Indeed. It's time to test it. And I want you to be there.
Okay. How are we doing this?
Not how. Where? Will you meet me where we felled Regala's tremor tusk? Right where the river bends?
Sure, if you want, but I'm not sure I understand.
You'll see when we get there. I promise.
Bro, I
I'll
want a
let you know when I get
mechanical arm.
close.
You have my thanks, Aloy.
You could probably just punch people to death.
I have to go now.
Then do not let me keep you.
See, the problem is...
Like I said, I'll call you when I'm close to Regala's old outpost near the bulwark.
May the 10 guide your way.
The problem is, we're gonna talk to all these people, go talk to Gaia, and then we're gonna have to talk to them all again.
Downstairs must have turned on these holograms.
Incredible. Hello, Alva. Still don't like
Aloy!
you.
Right to work, I see.
There's just so much. I mean, we knew of artificial beings that served the ancestors, but Gaia? Oh, she's amazing! And you, a true reincarnation of an ancestor. Genetically speaking, of course, not like the, late CO. And there's more ancestors out there, returned from beyond the stars. Of course, they're trying to kill us, which is not great.
Not great
and
at all.
Eric Visser is with them, which is disturbing. And then there's Hephaestus, and...
Okay. How about we take it one step at a time?
You're right.
And she's saying all these things if I don't already know them
I
all.
also owe you an explanation for everything that happened at Landfall.
Why exactly?
I imagine you don't know anyone here that well yet, but they're a good group.
It's
And they
funny
don't do anything other
because
than stand
one
around
of your
here.
friends is, well, another you. Not that you are the same person at all. I mean, you are, as in, you're both genetically Elizabeth Sobek, but even so, you're different.
Yeah, we are.
Definitely.
I hope everyone's been treating you okay.
Oh, yeah, of course. They've all been extremely welcoming. And they share the knowledge they learn on their focuses with each other freely. It's refreshing. Back home, diviners can only share data with the permission from the overseers.
Sounds restrictive and stifling.
Yeah, you are not wrong.
I never have been wrong in my life.
I see you've been using your new focus.
It's been fascinating. So much better than the version the Quen have. What would have taken me years to sort through, like the database you helped me recover, with this, I've been able to establish search parameters to speed up the process. This could revolutionize how diviners analyze the legacy. That is, whatever part of it the overseers would actually let us study.
Maybe you shouldn't go back to them.
You wanted data, you'll find lots of it here.
A diviner has
Well, don't stay
never
here
had
either.
this sort of unsupervised access to archives such as this. And knowing you, I suspect there is much that would normally be forbidden held within them. But I was sent here to help you. I would be remiss to ignore any truth laid before me. Maybe it'll help the Quen find their way back to the path of truth.
Maybe.
You mentioned Eric Visser? How do you know about him?
The Zenith who tried to kill you? He is known to the Quen as the Protector. Combing through data related to his work led us to breakthroughs related to weapons and military tactics. Knowledge our rulers used to conquer and expand, to become the empire we are today. That's why he's one of our most revered ancestors. But based on your encounter with him, it appears he's even more ruthless than we ever imagined.
Yeah, he's not that great.
Yet another distorted interpretation in the legacy.
Well, at least you're piecing together the truth.
If only the overseers back home would do the same.
Beta mentioned other Zeniths. Tilda, Verbena, and Gerard.
I'm afraid I don't know anything about them. Whatever legacy they left behind, the diviners haven't recovered.
Back at the greenhouse, you spoke of knowledge forbidden to your people.
Diviners are meant to seek out the truth in the legacy. And many Imperials sponsor them in the hopes they'll find something the Empire can put to use, thus gaining favor with the Emperor. But the Board of Overseers claims certain truths are detrimental to the stability of the Empire. Like discovering one of our revered ancestors ended the world. That is why diviners are only allowed to access segments of the legacy. Only overseers can view it all. It ensures that any heretical data can be contained and retrieved before it can spread.
What happens to diviners who break the rules?
They probably
I
die.
never had the courage to ask.
They probably die. Let's be honest here.
You said you owed me an explanation for what happened in Thebes. I'm listening.
Right. I'll start at the beginning with the CEO. He was an Imperial, the Emperor's nephew, in fact. As such, he sponsored many diviners to search the legacy for anything that might help the tribe, and himself. He took a special interest in anything related to Ted Faro, whom we consider the greatest of the ancestors.
Ted Faro, revered ancestor. That's tough to take.
I know better now, of course. Anyway, the diviners discovered that Faro spent a great deal of time in San Francisco. In fact, many of the most important ancestors did. So the Emperor's nephew convinced him that an expedition across the ocean might solve our most pressing problems. If only we could find the right data in this fabled city. Perhaps we could roll back the floods and storms that threatened our people. The Emperor declared that all the tribe's resources be poured into this endeavor. Dozens of ships were built, scouting missions were dispatched, and the Emperor's nephew was named CEO, one who wields the legacy for the good of the Empire. The living embodiment of Ted Faro, the Renewer. It may seem strange now, but for a time, he carried all of our hopes. We really believed he would save us.
Well, you were
We had
wrong.
no idea just how perilous the journey would be.
He was not a good person.
You said the expedition across the sea was more dangerous than you thought it would be. What happened?
We lost most of our ships to hurricanes, and scores of soldiers perished to hunger and disease. And that was before we even hit the coast.
Sounds like a
Once
grand
we
old time.
landed, machines ripped our patrols apart, and we struggled to replenish our rations. There were bright spots, to be sure. We found Thebes and the greenhouse, but nothing improved the CEO's mood as his dreams of saving the tribe were slowly dashed. He became more and more obsessed with Thebes and what lay behind its door, and more convinced that the title of CEO was no mere honorific. You heard him, spouting nonsense about Pharaoh's essence and some kind of becoming. We knew these weren't the words of a sane man, but he was quick to put any who spoke out in front of a firing squad.
And he's kind of, you know,
Great guy.
related to the Emperor.
The Quen are wrong about many things when it comes to the legacy. I can see that now.
Probably most things,
But
let's be
what the
honest here.
CO became was a complete perversion of what principal diviners stand for. The pursuit of truth. I'm sorry you had to endure his madness. I'm just glad it's over. For everyone.
Okay, another one here.
So, Bohai, your overseer. Will he run things better than CEO?
He won't execute people on a whim, if that's what you
Yeah, he
mean.
didn't kill us.
But he's hardly a paragon of integrity. I can't tell you how many times he took credit for data in the legacy that I uncovered. The best thing I can say about him is that he can be trusted to always do what's best for him.
Yep, sounds about right.
Sounds like the other guy then. Like I said, he didn't kill us at least.
The ancestors, is that what your people call the old ones?
Yes and no. The ancestors are the greatest of the old ones. Those whose legacy taught us agriculture, medicine, warfare, leadership, and patronage of the science and arts.
The CEO called Elizabeth Sobek an assistant. What's that about?
Right. Well, any old one who has made minor contributions or worked extensively under one of the ancestors is called an assistant. That's how we thought of Sobek, until we met you. Our limited access to data past the late 2040s has obviously misinformed our view of the past.
You mentioned the reason you came here was to help your family. Your sister...
Her name is Alika. Our parents are commoners, peasants, really. When I passed the divination exams, they were so proud. It brought honor to our family and increased rations. Only Alika begged me not to leave for the research academy.
Why? What happens there?
Alika knew that once you enter, you're not allowed to leave or see anyone, not even your family. Unless you can get special permission and an escort by an overseer.
That sounds harsh.
Like the focuses we keep, diviners are few in number, and the Empire is, well, fearful that outsiders will try to steal our knowledge.
Knowledge
Last
that's
time
not
I was
even
allowed
up to
to
date.
see my family was just before our voyage here. Because of my position, I was able to get them refuge from the floods within the capital. But if our crops don't recover soon, they'll starve to death along with everyone else.
I promise I'll do my best to make sure it doesn't come to that.
I still don't understand. Didn't we fix all that? Because what's it?
I
Plain
need to get
songs
going, but
growing
if you
things.
need
I mean, it's not
anything,
100%,
All I
but
need is to help you succeed in your mission. The plan Gaia told me about to
we're
capture
15 minutes in and we
Hephaestus,
still got 3 more
it
people
will
to talk
help
to.
set things right.
I
4.
hope so.
Then I will do whatever I can. I promise.
And like I said, there's probably going to be more conversation once we talk to Gaia. Hello, Varl.
From the look on your face, I'd say the mission was a success.
Like you don't know.
I got Omega clearance. Is everyone ready to head out to Cauldron Gemini?
As soon as you give the word.
I see
Word.
all of us settled in nicely.
Our new Quen friend? The moment she laid eyes on the archives, she jumped on them like a long leg.
Yeah, that's all of it for you.
Training.
Once Gaia is back up and running, I expect you to put all your training to good use.
The seeds have been planted. All they need is a chance to bloom. What? I thought that was pretty good. Zoe liked it.
Yeah, because
I'm
she likes
glad you and
plants.
Zoe found each other.
Don't forget, you're to blame for that.
Technically true.
Now that I have Omega clearance, we can grab Hephaestus and finally have the advantage over the Zeniths.
Can't wait to see their faces as they stare down a bunch of charging thunderjaws.
Better them than us, for once.
Assuming all of this works.
I should
that
go
is.
get this to Gaia.
Of
No,
course.
we still got other people to talk to.
Let us know when we're needed.
Still gotta talk to Erend and possibly Beta.
There she is. Heard you had an interesting time at Thebes.
Maniacs, lava, what's not to like?
I'll remember that next time I go traveling.
At least I got what we needed to trap Hephaestus.
Good thing I got my gear ready then.
Companions.
Have you spoken with Alva yet?
Yeah, when she's not reading the archives like a giddy kid drinking her first ale.
This man
She
don't
took
shut
to
up
that no
about ale.
focus quick, that's for sure. I gotta say, I'm a little jealous. But I can see why you two hit it off.
You look tired.
Ha! You never want to hold back, are you? I've just been making sure that I got everything down for this mission of yours.
Now that
Wanna
I
be the
think
usual
about it,
screw up out there.
You'll do fine, Erend.
should do the Katalo mission before
I should get
speaking
going.
to
As soon as you want us heading out to those cauldrons.
what's her face.
I'll give you the heads up.
Completely blanking out on her name. Bruh. Gaia. Wow. Was thinking of an O. Is she down here? Hey, yo, lady. What? Apparently we can't talk to her. Okay, that makes things a little easier. Makes things a little quicker. Meeting place. Give him his arm before we do anything else. And this lady really clogging up the place. Too much garbage all over. Let me actually... Can you do this way? No. I was gonna say... Would have been nice if I could just see if she's in a different spot. But it does not show you where they are. Alright, way on up here. Hopefully he can get his arm. My boy out here
Cole,
struggling.
distract me.
Not really. Frostclaw. Bertha. I'm out of here. Still hate how it does that. don't need to follow the road. Oh, someone's getting shot up. I think that someone is me.
This is where Kotalo wanted us to test out his new arm.
Kotalo, that's a
Hey,
butt.
Kotalo. I'm by the Tremor Tusk site, where we agreed to meet. Want to test that new arm of yours?
I'll be there shortly.
Let's see, let's see.
Thank you for
Hey,
waiting.
doesn't even have it
Maybe
on.
now you can tell me what we're doing here?
Not just yet. Follow me, please.
Oh, where's the arm?
Someone's being awfully mysterious.
You took your sweet time telling me what you wanted to do to the bulwark.
True.
Consider this my revenge.
Fair
I
enough.
don't like the sound of that. I like his weapon, though.
This is it.
This is what?
What am I looking at?
Oh, you'll see. Come.
All right, talk to me, Kotalo.
I wish to test the arm on that. It has menaced the valley for some time. Killed more than a few of the Sky Clan. But no longer.
Where's the arm?
I'm honored to help.
I'll kill it probably before he even gets to put the thing on. Cool. He's missing a finger, though. How would it hurt? That thing has spikes on it.
After you.
Cool, cool, cool. My man got an arm again. Oh, here
Let's
we
see
go.
how this thing likes the taste of metal.
Okay.
Eat that respect!
Oh,
Take this down! And again!
No one is part of that mountain. I would need to fly to find out what happened to the weapon.
I don't know what she's talking about.
End them!
Level 54. Cool. New arm.
Well, I think it's safe to say the new arm works fine.
Agreed.
I don't get why we need to go all this way for it, but
Then why are you taking it off?
This is what I am now. What I overcame.
bruh.
Anything else feels wrong. Like a disguise.
Are you kidding me?
I'll use the new arm when I need it, but the rest of the time, I will simply be myself.
I mean,
I wouldn't
sure,
have it any other way.
I would, but
You have my
sure.
thanks for doing this with me. Here. Something to mark our victory.
Thank you.
Now I think about
See you
it,
later then.
Zoe gave me something too.
Then be with you, Aloy.
I don't remember what though. I didn't look at what. What did he give me? Behemoth Force Launcher. Oh, got an achievement. Help Katala build and test an arm. Cool. Bruh. Okay, well, I don't know what he gave me. Behemoth Force Oh, okay, that's probably just like a piece. I don't really know. Something gold fell off of him. I don't know where it is. Might have been the gun. I don't know. Whatever. Get me out of here. We gotta go talk to Gaia. No, not that way. Traveling to the base is always a mistake because it does not put you in the right spot. Don't know why. Doesn't make any sense to me. But that's how it works. Like, what is all this garbage? What do we need this for? Like, when I say teleport to the base, I want to be right here.
I wonder what
Why
it's
is
like
this here?
being in space.
Sounds very...
Well, no one asked you, Zoe. I'm upset that I only need one more of these drone things. I have no idea where it would be.
Welcome back.
Hey. I mean, I'm sure
Let's see
it'll
what
tell
we got.
me. Yeah, it does. So it's up top there. Huh. Wonder where it is. Page up. So it's somewhere up here. There's a hunting grounds. Would you look at that? There's a lot of this area I didn't discover. All this too. I doubt anything's really here. But another hunting ground. And there's still the one I haven't done down here as well. Alright. What up, lady?
Aloy,
Hey.
I know your experience in Thebes was unsettling, but we have a new problem.
Oh, great.
Did something go wrong with Beta and the rig? Will we be able to transport you to Gemini?
The rig is complete. The problem is Hephaestus itself. It has accelerated its proliferation throughout the Cauldron network, increasing its power.
But with your sub-functions restored, we can still succeed, right?
Correct, but the net effect is that absorbing Hephaestus will take longer than previously calculated.
How long?
Even with Omega clearance, my current estimate is that the merge will take 35 hours.
And each hour increases the risk of detection by the Zeniths. 2 cores. 2 overrides. What if the merge were carried out by 2 clones of Elizabeth Sobek, both armed with Omega clearance? How long then? Half the time?
Hephaestus would be unprepared for the simultaneous labor of 2 operators, in addition to obvious synergetic efficiencies. Calculating. It would reduce the merge time to approximately 4.5 hours.
Why did no one think of that sooner?
Varl, it looks like we're gonna need Beta at Gemini. Do you think you can convince her?
I don't know, but I'll try.
What about our diversion? Are the pulse generators ready?
Only a final test remains. I am confident that if fired in proximity to other cauldrons, the pulses will mask our activities at Gemini from the Zeniths.
Good. As long as Aaron can operate one without shooting himself in the face.
Aloy, you better get down here. Beta's in bad shape.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Beta, please. There's still more things I had to talk to her about, though.
Aloy, I believe Varl is still waiting for you, outside Beta's room.
So I can't talk about
I
anything
know.
else.
I just wanted to talk about something else first.
As you wish.
Yes, good. Our progress. Companions.
How's all of us settling in?
As soon as she arrived, Alva was eager to study the data in the archive. A particular file soon caught her attention. Information about a machine assistant devoted to keeping living spaces neat and orderly. I informed her that once I am empowered with the abilities of Hephaestus, I may be able to design such a machine.
I'm sure she'll like that.
Don't cater to her. We don't like her.
So our plan to capture Hephaestus.
You've
Let's go
already
over it
seen
again.
this, but whatever.
As you wish.
Would be nice for a
Thanks
little
to Beta's
refresher.
test, we now know that Hephaestus will not respond to your alpha clearance.
Which is why we have the Omega clearance.
Which is why I got Ted Farrow's Omega clearance.
Correct. While you were gone, Beta constructed the transport rig and pulse generators. When we get to Gemini, I will need to be installed on one of the facility's cores. The second core is for Hephaestus. Using Omega clearance will allow you to trap it.
And then you'll be able to absorb it.
Not quite. You will need to manually remove Hephaestus's malicious code before the merge.
How long will that take?
Because the work will be split between you and Beta, it will take approximately 4.5 hours.
And during that time, the others will create a distraction for us using the pulse generators, right?
Correct. They will each take position
Yeah, it was
at
nice to get a
cauldron
little refresher
door
on
and
all this.
fire off their device. The energy surge should mask our activities until the merge is complete.
And then we'll have everything we need to defeat the Zeniths. Sounds like a plan.
Sounds like a plan indeed. Mega clearance?
There's something I've been wondering. How could Ted Farrow create a clearance level higher than Alpha? Elizabeth made sure he wouldn't interfere with the project.
It is plausible he tasked his own engineers with creating a backdoor to the Zero Dawn system, without Elizabeth's knowledge. My predecessor did not even know of its existence until he activated it to purge the Apollo database. It is, in effect, a blind spot, one that will allow us to subdue Hephaestus.
About the old world discovery.
So I, found Thebes. What do you think Ted would have done if his life extension treatments had worked?
I mean,
It
that
seems
kind
he
of worked.
convinced
I'm still
himself
mad we
it was
didn't get to
his
see what he
duty
looked
to
like.
guide future humans. Given the tribal nature of new humans, and his ability to use Omega clearance on the terraforming system, I imagine he would have convinced one or more tribes to worship him as their patriarchal deity.
Okay. Yep, glad that didn't happen. Aside from Gaia Prime and Thebes, there was one other underground facility that was sealed before the Pharaoh Plague reached it. Elysium. The place where Zero Dawn staff and their families went to live out their lives. Do you know what happened to it?
Elysium was designed to provide life support.
Didn't we find
for
that in the last
100
game? I don't remember.
years.
That sounds familiar, but I think
My
that was last
data
game.
indicates the facility went offline well before then.
Did the Pharaoh Plague find them?
Unknown. My connection to the facility was abruptly severed.
Okay. About Gemini.
So Gemini has two data
see it.
cores. I've never seen a cauldron like that. But you mentioned something about seismic activity?
Because
When
of the
my
rift.
predecessor attempted to build the cauldron, construction was disrupted by a series of earthquakes. The data core had already been built, but the rest of the facility sustained damage. So, she began again. A second core was built. However, when more tremblers occurred, she abandoned the
Tremblers?
site.
Lucky for us. Are the quakes still happening?
No, though they did also create instabilities in other facilities in the region.
Okay. Back. Question about the Zenith. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. Time to
See you
go.
later, Gaia.
Until next time, Aloy.
There were a few things, but nothing super important. Alright, what does Beta want? What is your deal? How could she be in bad shape? I didn't look. Do I have to talk to them again? Possibly him. No. Okay, good. No, no. You. Talk to you first. What do you want?
Aloy, what can I do for you?
Well, companions.
Anything new around here?
Kotalo showed me the schematics for his new arm. I recall reading about robotic limbs within the Legacy, but I never thought I'd see one in action. Technology like that would be treasured back home. Think of what it could do for injured workers or soldiers. But knowing the Imperial family, they would use it for different purposes. Their own.
Replacing body parts as they grow older. Like the Zeniths.
Exactly.
Okay. Nice
better get
conversation.
going.
Let me know if you need me.
Alright, Varl. You better figure out what to do here, because I ain't got no clue.
Aloy,
What's up? No, no.
I tried, but it's impossible. I don't think anything will convince her to go.
We don't have a choice.
Good luck.
Why'd the door all of a sudden open? How'd she open it? Ayo, lady. We got work to do.
Beta, you have to come with us. It's the only way. It's one mission. The most important one. We need you.
What is she doing?
Tell me why you won't go. What if they take me back? Alone, in a cell again. Their slave. Forever.
Okay, but if you don't help, yeah, I'll protect you.
Varl and I will be at Gemini
If you don't
too.
help, then we're all dead.
I'll
So
protect you. As soon as we get Hephaestus, we'll come straight back here. The Zeniths aren't going to find us. You don't have to be afraid. No! You can't protect me. Nothing can protect me from them. I told you from the beginning we'll never beat them. It's hopeless. Beta. Leave me alone! You don't understand!
no, but maybe I can.
You're right. I don't understand. We have the same genes, the same mind, the same heart. So why can't you find the strength to do what has to be done? Like Elizabeth would. Don't you think I've thought about that? I don't know what piece of Elizabeth I'm missing. I don't know what you have that I don't. I look through all the data from your focus. You were raised as an outcast, shunned, and isolated just like me, so what's the difference? What's my defect?
Can't help you there.
Beta. You don't have a defect. Beta. Look, it's not a piece of Elizabeth. The difference is, I had him. Frost. He raised you, trained you, but he was never warm or loving. The day he died, the day he gave you that charm, he was going to abandon you. He wanted me to embrace the tribe. But then he gave his life for mine. He loved me in his own way. And that was enough. What did it feel like? It was like having a strength that was always there. It's still there. Even now I hear him in my head when things get bad. When it looks impossible, look deeper. And then fight like you can win.
Words of wisdom.
You don't have to go on the mission.
Yeah,
We'll
you
find
do.
another way.
No, you should. I would say even pick her up and drag her.
I'll go. You said you'd try to protect me. I believe you. But you have to promise me one thing. Yes, of course. If it goes bad, if the Zeniths find us, I don't want to be their slave again.
She wants us to kill her.
Do you understand?
I could do that.
Promise? I promise. I could use as much time as you can give me to study up on the merge, to make it as efficient as possible.
Well, I don't know about how much time we can give you, but
I'll be ready when you are. I swear.
I'm kind of ready now, so like, you ready now? This has been almost 40 minutes of just straight up conversation. That's crazy. This is what I mean. Oh, we got a side quest.
Whenever you are ready, come speak to me and I'll ask the others to make final preparations
Oh
for
my
the mission.
god, everyone's got things to say?
We're fighting immortals from the stars now?
Is he too? Oh my god. It's insane. What's your stupid
I
thing?
hope I'm not interrupting.
Not at all. I was just studying the
Oh, we're
pulse
not gonna be able to
generator
do anything
schematics.
else.
The ones Gaia and Beta built. The craftsmanship is remarkable. Is everything all right? It sounded like there was an issue with Beta and the mission.
Nah, it's
Not
fixed.
anymore. We just needed to talk some things through.
To understand one another is to embrace truth.
Sure.
Oh, and if you have a moment, there's something I could use your help with.
What do you want? Companion
Have you
first.
spoken with Zoe at all?
A little bit, but I did hear her singing with Varl not too long ago. I don't think they noticed. Zoe seemed so free when she did it. Like every emotion she had was taking flight in song. And she looked happier because of it. I felt so dull and nervous in comparison.
You should ask Zoe to teach you sometime. About Utaru music.
Maybe.
Maybe not,
If
though.
you need anything before heading out to the cauldrons,
You have nothing to worry about. Gaia's explained your plan in detail, as expected from such an efficient AI. I've even received some very, succinct combat advice from Kotalo. You know, in case the Zeniths show up.
what kind of advice?
He, told me to run.
I
For
agree.
now. We'll even the odds soon enough.
Training.
Any more data catch your eye?
I can't believe I gotta
All
talk
of
to
it?
every single one of them
I
again.
have
I
so
mean, I thought
much to
so,
study
but like,
up on.
come on.
Years, actually. I'm particularly interested in the Odyssey. We knew the ancestors had made it to the moon. In fact, we theorized some of them had settled on it. But Sirius is way farther than that. And we thought journeying across the ocean would be the feat of a lifetime. The sheer calculations needed for space travel. It's overwhelming to think about.
Even so, the Quen are way ahead of other tribes when it comes to understanding this stuff.
Yeah, look at the
Where I
Nora.
grew up, everyone thought that stars were sparks that rose from a fire lit by the goddess to guide us through the night.
Zeniths.
Must be strange to think that some of the ancestors your tribe reveres are still alive. And here on Earth, right now.
Yeah, it is. Part of me's curious to know who else besides Eric Visser might be among them.
I told you
Maybe
already.
Nikita Arand? We call her the Spark. The legacy tells us she brought unlimited energy to the old ones. Or Sung Jiao, whom we call the Healer. It is said she found new ways to extend the ancestors' lifespans. But my curiosity fades when I think of how different our view of Visser was compared to the reality that you experienced. Perhaps it is better not to know.
You mentioned there was something you needed help with?
Yes. So, as I was sifting through data from the greenhouse, I found references to an old world system back in the Great Delta. It's called Leviathan. My people discovered it decades ago. A sprawling network of river gates and a labyrinth of underground tunnels. The legacy revealed that the old ones used it to control flooding. But we've never gotten it to work. The whole thing is shut down. But the data from the greenhouse mentions the research facility where Leviathan was created. It's in San Francisco.
Another Pharaoh facility?
No, Leviathan was a project by Eileen Sasaki, another ancestor. So the legacy tells us, anyway. If we can acquire that data, we might be able to fix the system back in the Great Delta. Every year, my sister gets terrified when the long rains begin. With Leviathan,
I don't understand
she won't
exactly
have to
where
be.
they're from.
Okay. So, where in San Francisco is this facility?
that's the thing. The data doesn't say where, exactly. But one of our diviners has been exploring the ruins. He might know. Would you come with me? I have a feeling that wherever this facility is, well, you're much better at fighting machines than I am.
This is
Of
true.
course. I'll let you know when I'm in landfall.
Like they said they're
Thank you.
crossing an
Aloy.
ocean, so my assumption was they were from like Asia. But none of
I
them
should
are
go.
Asian.
Make sure you talk to Gaia if you have any questions about the pulse generators.
May your path lead to truth.
So I'm not really sure. Maybe they're all from Hawaii.
And, like I said, I'll let you know when I'm in landfall. We'll find the data you're after.
I appreciate it.
We're gonna end up doing that before going to this whole main mission. This is just gonna be a conversation day, because,
Hey, I
my
thought I'd
god.
check in before leaving for Gemini.
Are you sure we shouldn't be checking up on you?
That's what part of this
Whatever went
conversation
on
is.
between you and Beta sounded intense.
Well, stop
Not that I'm
eavesdropping,
judging.
bro.
Forge knows all the screws flew loose every time Mercer and I fought.
I think we'll be fine from now on.
I'm glad to hear it.
Anybody take you up on that ale you brought yet?
Zoe can't stand the smell of it. I tried Alva, but I don't think she knows what taking a break means. And I'm not putting Varl anywhere near that stuff after that victory party in Meridian.
What about Catalo?
Ah, now there's a man that can hold his liquor. Pretty sure we downed half a keg. We had a good chat, I think.
Okay, training.
After we get Hephaestus, we'll be taking the fight to the Zeniths. So, no more reading.
Ah, it wasn't that bad. Not really.
You only complained the entire time.
Going through all that data helped me realize something. You know, the soldiers, the ones that fought the Pharaoh machines so Gaia could be built, they were fighting a battle that couldn't be won. Not with all the weapons in the world. I think most of them realized that, whether anyone said it or not. They still did it, though. They bought time for all the eggheads working to save the future. Our future. As long as I can do that for you, I'll consider myself a success.
Technically, it's your present and your past.
Glad you're with me.
Okay, enough. I'm gonna get emotional.
You have to do something for your future.
I should go.
Same here. I got a date with a cauldron to prepare for.
What are you preparing? You ain't got nothing to do.
Aloy, everything okay with you and Beta? It sounded like you guys had a, lively conversation.
We just had a lot to talk about.
Everyone needs to stop
Does
eavesdropping.
this mean she's coming with us to Gemini?
Yes.
It does. I hope you're ready to rein in the most stubborn AI of all time.
That's what all this was for, wasn't it?
Hephaestus won't go down quietly.
Hephaestus
Well, then we
is just
shoot
a
him in the
program
head.
that's lost its way. We are fighting for our survival. I can always call upon the goddess if you're nervous.
Funny.
I don't think he was joking. Oh, wow, a lot of things.
You were right, you know. About keeping Rost's memories buried. I guess part of me thought he was holding me back. Because he wanted me to be a Nora. But the truth is, he gave me a lot. And I took him for granted.
He was a good man. He raised you well.
How
Companions.
does everyone seem to you?
Anxious, but ready. I heard Catalo ask for Alva's help with his pulse generator. And I know he's been helping her with a few fighting techniques, just in case.
I hope they aren't needed.
Like I said, just in case.
Training.
Any last findings you want to share before leaving?
Not really. Though I've reached a decision.
Oh?
When we put Gaia together, I want to return to the Nora. Spread what I've learned.
You think they'll listen to you?
In
No.
time, I believe so.
I don't think so.
If anyone can make it happen, it's you, Varl.
They're pretty stubborn. And they were
What will
rude.
you and Zoe do if you go back to the Embrace?
I hope she'll come with me. At least for a while. And I'll go with her to Plainsong too. She'll probably want to talk to her people about all this as well. We'll figure it out.
I know you will.
Pretty big distance.
I hope firing off those pulse generators will be enough to distract the Zeniths.
It'll work. It has to.
Always optimistic, huh?
Nah, just stubborn. It's a good quality to have when dealing with you.
Yeah, right.
Rude.
I'm glad you're coming with me, Varl.
Sure there's no urge to run off alone in there somewhere?
No more running.
Alright. Was that 2 down? Excuse me.
Hey, we'll be going after Hephaestus soon. You good with the plan?
I've already got the location of my assigned cauldron.
Good.
I heard you and Beta had a talk.
Literally everyone knows
This
this.
travels fast.
It wasn't exactly a quiet conversation.
There were just things that needed to be said.
A healthy crop to those who clear the weeds between them, as the Utaru say.
What? Training.
You look like you have something on your mind.
We're going to war soon.
Mm-hmm.
And war is something I promised myself I'd left behind in the Red Raids. But the more of your data I go through, every voice I hear, every word I read from our ancient past, it makes me realize just how much life was given so that ours could flourish. Fighting for that gift, it's our responsibility. If we fail, it was all for naught.
Helps to know you're not alone.
For a moment there, you sounded like Varl.
I don't know what you're talking about.
That sounds like an insult. Farewell.
I should go.
At least
As
most of
soon
these
as you
are
intend to leave
fairly
for
quick.
Gemini,
You'll hear about it.
Fairly's pretty loose. Katalo, you are last.
Aloy, are you
He's
well?
usually pretty quick as well.
Had a bit of an issue with Beta. It's better now, though.
Ah, I'm not surprised.
Really? Why not?
I once knew a warrior who discovered he had a brother late in life. It was deeply uncomfortable for him.
Did he ever get over it?
In time. But not before the two siblings nearly killed each other in a single combat challenge.
Ah. Well, at least I avoided that.
Oh, we all know who'd win.
You nervous about the mission ahead?
If I live, it will be in victory. If I die, it will be in battle. What matters most is that you achieve your objective.
I'll do my best.
Training.
Think you're ready to put all your training to the test?
I am Tenakth. I am always ready.
How's the new
I
arm?
bet people are curious about that new arm of yours.
None more than our Quen ally, I assure you. She couldn't wait to take it apart and figure out how it works. I gave her the data I used to build the thing, hoping that would satisfy her curiosity instead.
Good luck with that.
Alright.
I should go get ready.
I await your orders.
That was an entire day of basically doing nothing but talking. That is literally insane. But I guess that's what the deal is. No one else to talk to. So now we have this for Alva. Which, where exactly? We gotta go to San Francisco. I really want to find this last one. I might do that on my own. There's another cauldron here. Yeah, we gotta go back to Landfall. So, I think I'm gonna try and find that. I bet you it's here, though. I'd bet you money it's there. Anyway, so I'm gonna try and do that. And then, because of that being the last one, see what that does. But then we'll go do this Alva mission, and then go back to the main thing. Like I said, kind of annoying that it was literally the entire day just to do all these missions, but it is what it is. So, I guess, I'm not doing all that, return later. For now, we